camera down just a little bit. See if I can fix that. All right. Yeah, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. How y'all doing out there today? Let me take this hat off. Getting hot in a little bit in here. What's popping though? What's popping, man? How everybody doing out there today? As y'all can see, that's like Tuesday. I know it's Tuesday because I take trash out. And I damn sure be forgetting to take the trash out sometime. I don't know why they end up moving it to a Tuesday. It used to be on Friday. It worked for everybody. We've been doing Friday since like 2020, and then all of a sudden they like, yeah, we're gonna change to Tuesdays. So I don't know why they did that, but I appreciate y'all for tapping in right now. Whoever in the live, stick, stay tuned. We're gonna talk about some weapon lights. You can see right here, we got an H300. We have the TLR1 HL, and then we have a TLR7. No, it's not the A, it's just TLR7. And I'm gonna do some talk about basically about the lights and see what you guys think about them. I've been running those few lights for a minute now. As a matter of fact, hopefully my camera ain't too wobbly or too lopsided. Hopefully it ain't. Maybe it just might be me looking sideways. But anyway, yeah. So that's what I came to talk to you guys about today. How everybody doing out there? If you're here in the live, jump down in the comment section. Let me know where y'all from. Let me know what y'all got popping. We got the lights, so y'all let me know what's y'all favorite, who likes what. Actually, two of the same brands here, and then you have the Surefire, which this is something that's a little more of the compact side. So this is a sub. Well, it's not a sub TLR7. I forget what the sub model is, but this is something really, really slim, really small. Something basically like a EDC pistol kind of deal. I don't see a lot of people gonna have this on any type of rifle or any type of PCC or anything like that. So you'll probably have something like this right here. See if y'all can see that. So yeah, TLR7 by Streamlight. So yeah, this is something small. Like I said, you're gonna probably have this on like a pistol or something like that, nothing major at all. And then moving up, now you'll get to what we have right here. It's the TLR. No, this is a TLR1 HL. See if y'all can see that right there. And this is something that you'll pretty much have on something a little bit bigger. Now for a long gun or shotgun or something like that, then yeah, you'll probably have this. This actually will be versatile. This is something that you could kind of put on something that's, got longer barrel, just a bigger platform in general. Put your little pick rail on the side. Let me see if y'all can see the pick rail. And that pretty much lets you just pretty much lock it on to whatever the pick rail it is that you have. Just pop it right on and you good to go. So like I said, with something like this, you can go from having something on like a pistol, like a handgun, something that's pretty much like at the compact, all the way up to larger frames. Now, if you start getting to like the subcompacts and stuff like that, then you'll probably want something like this because you're going a whole lot smaller in your barrel length. And sometimes you get too small. Some of your subcompact sized pistols won't even have a rail mounting system at the bottom for them. So if you're anybody who runs like, we'll say the Glock 43X, the Glock 42, both of those were Glock pistols that came out super slim, super easy to carry, but they didn't have any rails at the bottom of the frames, rail notches at the bottom of the frame in order for you to mount a light onto them. Now, when you get to the 43X, the MOS, they have the mounting system at the bottom. Now with this is something that, Glock 19, SIG P320, which we don't advise people to get those because they say that they'll shoot and go off as a negligent discharge without you even having to do anything to cause it. I had one, and I ain't gonna lie to you, once I started hearing about that a couple of years ago, I was like, nope. And that was really before a whole lot of these other incidents started to happen, to where people were really, talking about having these discharges without touching them and things of that nature. So when I first heard about it back in like maybe 2019 or something like that, I think it was like 2019, 2020, I was just like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this right now. I think it was, let me see, was it 20? Yeah, I think it was like 2019 or something like that, but I got rid of it. But anyway, this right here definitely be a good option going on, like I said, something like a Glock platform, P320, HKs, FN, 509s, what's that? FN, honestly, the list goes on, like the FNX 45, which is a more bigger platform. Actually, if you get other larger frame pistols, it's not always smaller pistols that don't typically have that rail spacing at the bottom. If you go with like a Beretta, I think the Beretta M9, some of the older model firearms, some of them didn't have those light capabilities to you for you to mount a light at the bottom of them. So you have the, like I said, the Beretta, like the Beretta M91, a host of 1911 model pistols. They just pretty much smooth at the bottom of the frame. So I think as time has gone on, that's when more companies have, fill more of that void for people who want a weapon light. So they start to put those light mounting options at the bottom of their pistol frames. So yeah, like I said right here, this TLR1HL, this is something that can go from, your compact size pistols on up, as well as, your long guns. Put you a rail mount, Picatinny rail mount on the side, hook it on, tighten it down, you're good to go. Now with this one right here, this is, I don't know if I got a, there you go. So this is the Surefire X300 right here. This is a fantastic light. This one, as well as this one, same capabilities. You can put it on something that's like a pistol, and then you can go pretty much work your way up into that longer barrel length type of deal, running AR platforms, AKs, the list goes on, bullpups, shotguns, any long gun, honestly. You can just get your pick rail mount for it, or yeah, basically just get you some type of pick rail mount and put it on there and you're good to go. Now, this one, I want to say, pop it back up here. Hopefully y'all can see that. Got too much light. There you go. Oh. Anyway, this one will probably run you somewhere around, if you go look online right now, no deals, no sale or anything like that, this one will run you maybe about $325 to $350, depending on which company you buy it from. And excuse me. And with this one, with the Streamlight TLR1HL, I think this one might run you maybe around 140, 150 price range. I've had all of these for a minute, so I couldn't tell you what the prices are right now for like the TLR1HL or the TLR7. I can't really tell you how much they are actually costing, because once I bought them, I really didn't look too much more into these weapon lights, because I've pretty much just started to upgrade and get something that was a little more reputable, a little bit more expensive too. But in comparison to this cost the amount of two of these. I can tell you that right out of the gate. So, and I'm more familiar with these, so with the pricing, because I'm looking at them a lot when I'm trying to buy more of them. So yeah, this one right here run you somewhere about 320 to about 350. And then this one right here probably run you from about 120 to about 150, depending on, where you go and get it. And you can always find sales for different companies, Primary Arms, Palmetto State Armory. Man, the list goes on. The list goes on. Gun Broker, you find you a lot of good stuff on Gun Broker for like used stuff that people selling. Gun Broker is actually a good site to buy used stuff on, if that's what you want to go that route. Oh, Alvin, what up, my guy? What's popping, man? What's popping? It's a funny guy right there, Alvin Williams, man. Y'all check him out, man. It's a funny guy. Super funny. Be having me dying on this channel. But yeah, so those are the different weapon lights that I kind of told you guys about. You see, we got 3 right here. I don't know if I could do the brightness. I don't want to hurt nobody's eyes, so you can kind of see the brightness. I know it's like daytime, but there's the brightness on the Surefire. Then here we go on the TLR1HL. So boop. Then you see this one. And then this is the TLR7. And it's not as bright as those. I think I forget what the lumens are on this one. I'm not sure. It's like 750 or close to 1,000 maybe. This one's like 1,000 lumens. And this one, however many lumens. This is like God lumens at this point, because this will blind you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, all these lights are blinding, but it wasn't until I started getting into weapon lights for real that I realized that the reason for having a weapon light, of course, is to be able to identify whatever it is that you might be having to aim at. And also, if you're in a dark room, I don't know if a lot of people notice, but you don't actually have to point your light at something in order to see what's going on or see the person that you're looking for. And that comes with, I want to say, not only lumens, but candelas and the width of the beam and things of that nature. So if the room is dark and I put this light on like this at the pretty much at the ground level, at like kind of like at a 45 angle or something like that, it'll illuminate a large portion of the area or the vicinity that I'm in. So if I'm in the room and I put this down like here, I can see everything that's going on in the room. And I think even with cheaper lights, newer companies that make more budget friendly options, I think that even with those lights, or just light in general, even a flashlight, if you go and try it in your house, if you've never tried it before, or you carry a weapon light and feel like you have to point it at what it is that you're looking for, that's not always the case. Like I said, you could pop one of these boys on like this, and it will literally flood the entire room. Even if you're in like a large space area, like a living room or something, or a bedroom or hallway. It's even better in hallways, honestly, because a lot of times I think people hear those bump in the night type of deal and you want to go and see like what's going on, but it could just be somebody in the house that actually lives in your house. Now if you got a situation where you're the only person in your house, then okay, I get it. You like, I'm gonna aim it wherever because I know I'm the only person in here. But if I know there's other people in my house, like in my house, I know there's other people in here, so the chances of somebody else being walking in my house, the probability of me hearing something, it's very high that it's somebody who lives in the house with me. So it's one of my kids or the dog, but the dog don't come upstairs. So if I'm downstairs, then I have to throw the dog into the equation at that point. And at that point, I'll just make like a little whistling sound and the dog will come running into me. So I already know, like, okay, it's my little baby girl dog. I'm trying to see what else. As a matter of fact, I had an incident happen the other day where I was in the bed. I'm laying there next to my wife. We, chilling. As a matter of fact, we went chill. Everybody was asleep. It was like 3 in the morning. I don't want to say it was like 3 in the morning. So next thing I know, boom, the alarm go off like crazy. Now I had an alarm set every night, but my stepdaughter gets up and goes to school, so she's typically up before everybody else in the house. So as soon as I heard it go off, I was like, well, maybe she forgot to turn the alarm off before she got ready to go out the house or something. And I look at the time, and I'm like, it's like 3 in the morning. Then my wife was like, you hear that? She was, I don't know what she asked me about something. So at this point, I know everybody in the house is asleep. I know my stepdaughter wouldn't be downstairs, and if she was, she surely ain't about to go in or out of the house at this point. And I'm like, all right, bet, get my whatever I have to get. And from my room, it's just a steep downstairs, like right into the kitchen. We have an open floor plan, so it puts you at a disadvantage, or puts me at a disadvantage because of the house, how the house is built. Because if I leave out of my bedroom, I immediately start to walk downstairs if I make a left. And as I'm coming down there, I have the whole stair enclosement like here in the wall, and then I have a whole entire wall to my left side. So whatever's down there, whoever is down there, I won't be able to see them if they're standing like far to my right in my living room, and I won't be able to see them if they're standing by my door, because all of those are blind spots for me. And also, it's a blind spot as soon as I touch down into the kitchen. So the best I could do is look off my right side to kind of look and see what I might see over here. But as soon as I get down to that main level, I still got that blind spot directly to my left. That's the hallway that leads to the front door. And then I still don't know what's around when I have to kind of like make that U-turn to go into the open area of the rest of the bottom level of the house. So, but all that to say, alarm went off, had my joint, hit my flood at the bottom so that way I could kind of see more what was going on. And then I just hit the lights, because a lot of times I just start flipping lights on everywhere. I could do it from the phone. So I'm like, all right, if something going on, I'm finna make sure that every light on in the house is on. I'm finna flip on every light outside the house and make sure that them is on. And I went down, it was nothing. What happened was somebody just didn't close the garage door all the way. So it closed enough to where the sensor was, pretty much parallel with it. But and so when the alarm cut on, it didn't have a bypass or anything like that. It seemed as though it was closed, but it wasn't all the way. So it was a little windy that day. Wind came under the garage door, and about time 2, 3 in the morning came, it kind of just blew it open, caused the alarm to go off. And yeah, so it can happen. But needless to say, using that light as kind of like a flood, and those candelas, and it will pretty much give you that open visibility for you to see what else is out there. So I don't have to sit here and just point it directly at every single thing. So with me being upstairs and looking downstairs, I was able to just kind of hit it like that, and it lit up the whole entire downstairs. It lit it up enough for me to see what was going on before I started to hit all of the lights and everything like that. So that's just some tip to take away. I don't know how many people knew that or not, but you don't have to point your weapon light at whatever it is that you're trying to Well, I'll take that back. If you're trying to shoot it, you go point your weapon light, but you don't have to always point your weapon light just to see what something is. And unless you're in that type of situation where you're about to engage something, but you're just kind of curious and want to know, like, you don't have to like put your firearm directly pointed at it. You can always just kind of push down and illuminate the room. And if you don't have one, put a light on your joint. I feel like having I'm trying to think of what would I say is most important, a red dot or having a light. Honestly, I don't know because it's a lot of people that go back and forth between which one is mandatory and which one can, you could kind of be like, all right, well, maybe not. Um, for me, I think a red dot. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think having a red dot would be more important. I would be more concerned with having a red dot on my pistol than having a weapon light on it. But that's just me. Some people see it otherwise. I mean, even with that red dot, the dot still gives you what you can see, type of deal. And low light situation, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. I mean, but that's my opinion. Let me see. Sensors work a little. Hey, absolutely, man. I'm one of them people. Absolutely, every night, every night. And it's funny because I left out of my room down here and went upstairs that night, but the I didn't. I left early. Like normally I'll be down here, but I think that night I was upstairs like watching TV or something like that, and I left early. I think I was watching one of the hockey games. I think the Oilers was playing. I think it was one of the Oilers games I was watching. But anyway, I was back upstairs early because I was laying in the bed watching. And normally I do the same thing. And that particular door, even though it's closed, if you push in a little bit more, it'll make like this little click so you could hear the latch catching. And I didn't do it. And that's on me. I always check the sliding door because we always take the dog out through the sliding door in the back. And I'm always checking the front door and I check it on my phone all the time. So that was kind of like a lapse in attention to detail on my end by not going up, down, or going back downstairs and pushing that door in. And then, you could look at everything on the phone. So sometimes that kind of is we become too dependent on that type of thing. And then next thing you know, you have an issue like that. A weapon light sighted on to the target. I don't get what you're saying. A weapon light sighted on. I don't think you could sight a weapon light. But if you're talking about one of these lights though, the light is on. I don't have to sight. Well, if you're trying to ask about sighting light on a target as far as pointing the light at the target, then I guess it's go point at the target because the light would be in the same direction as your barrel. Yeah, it'll always be pointing in the same direction as your barrel if you got the light on it. So I guess what you're saying is weapon light sighted onto the target like that. Yeah. And then like I was saying before, you don't have to always point your light directly at something when you're just trying to gain more so like information and intel about what might be going on within the vicinity versus trying to point it at somebody to, do what you got to do. So that's why I tell people, like, you point them down, boom, flush the room, you can see everything. But yeah. Yeah, man, that situation happened with the door had me tripping. I was like, here we go now. Somebody finally decided to come up in here. Now I got to execute my plan and my drills and all that, and it wasn't even nothing. Complacent. Very crippling, bro. Very crippling. Very crippling. Sometimes we got to get back to just old school. You know what I mean? Like we used to do in the hood. Like, you just walk around, got to check the doors. Now, tech so savvy and we so upgraded with it that it's a sensor on every window in the house. My daughter will be at she'll be on the couch, and behind the couch is like a row of windows. And she'll be up there like playing with the blinds and stuff, and even the blind just kind of tapping the window a little bit will alert the alarm for the vibration and stuff like that. So yeah, I think we get so dependent on that and feel so secure about knowing that you have that a lot of other things are just kind of start to like fall to the wayside that we typically would have thought about or had done a while back. You know what I mean? As far as that, taking those precautions and stuff like that. Ain't nobody else down in the comment section, man. Y'all jump down in there. Who up in here? Who up in here? Who watching but ain't saying that? I appreciate it though, for real, for real. But yeah, like I was showing everybody, if you haven't been on here yet before I started this live, or when I first started it, we showing different weapon lights. Right here we have the Surefire X300. We got the TLR7 by Streamlight. And then we have another Streamlight product, which is the TLR1HL. These are more for your bigger, longer rifles, AR-15s, M4s, AKs, subguns, whatever, because it's just bigger. It has the mounting systems at the bottom. As a matter of fact, all of them aren't actually the same. So if you can see this little notch right here, when you buy them, some of them, all rail mounts are kind of like made the same, or some you might need it a little bit further or a little bit further closer in. So you can actually change these out right here and put it in for a weapon system that is more that is compatible with whatever firearm you are actually having. So I haven't had to change them out before because I'm a Glock guy. So it's gonna always be the same for me. I'm not going back to those days. Nah, man. Nah, man. We ain't going back to that. Look, we ain't going back to that. Not even. Not even. Not even. Look, I got more PTSD from where I grew up in than serving in 2 combat deployments. And some people might think that's crazy and that's wild, but shit, what it is. What up? What up, Muhammad? What up? What up? What up? What up? Oh, yeah, for sure. Exactly. Where you at, Alvin? Where you stationed at? Show y'all some more of these lights in case y'all ain't seen them. Here we go. Some brightness. As a matter of fact, on this one, I wish I would have got the one that had the toggle switch, which is similar to, like if you see this one, it has the toggle switch that goes pretty much up and down like that, and like that. And then of course it has the press and hold. And then with this one, same thing with the toggle switch, pretty much pop it on. Now you got your strobe like that. But for some reason, when I got this one, I wasn't paying attention. And this is the one with the little, it's like a little clicky button. And they do make some, and I think might be able to change the end cap on here. I don't know for sure, but anybody who know if you could change the end caps on these TLR7s to the other one that has the little flick down piece, let me know. Because I'm gonna go buy one. Like honestly, I need to look that up. I never even thought about looking it up, but I've always thought about the fact that I don't like to have that little press thing right there. But the only benefit part of it is I don't like when I like when I get into the trigger guard. I don't have to worry about this being in the way with my finger. So the fact that it's kind of just like curved around, it works. But I still would rather have the little flip switch. Fort Bliss. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Well, I wouldn't mind going to Egypt. Cairo, Egypt, Memphis. Yeah, I'll go. I went by there before, but I never stopped though. My bad, I heard a plane kind of coming out the air. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Working in aviation and being on the flight deck, I am not gonna lie to you. That's what my PTSD. So when I hear airplanes and stuff like descending, and I stay fairly close to an airport, maybe about 30 minutes away. And when they're coming in and I can hear them, like I get real paranoid. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I'd have had times where I almost broke down while I was driving, like because it was getting me so bad driving, and I'm sitting there watching a plane going, and it's like coming down, and when you know that know somebody or somebody who you've seen play cards with or whatever, and knowing that they died because they got hit by a bird during when we were out training, and I don't know. It's just kind of crazy. So like I said, man, I be seeing planes and hearing them, and my anxiety started to get real bad. So that's one reason why I take medication for anxieties because of stuff like that right there too. I can't even. What's your name? Whoever that is asking about Egypt, I just see you got a symbol. I don't even know what the name is. Yeah, man. We got rid of that. I had that beard for years. My wife ain't even know that I was gonna cut it. I just went in there and just whoop whoop whoop. So I feel like the old me now, man. I'm back to the old me. I feel like it made me look fatter. I ain't gonna lie, but probably just because I need to get back into the gym and stop drinking so much. That could probably be the reason too, but I feel like the beard kind of hid it a little bit. So yeah. All right, bet, Al. I'll catch you later, man. I'm gonna jump in one of your shorts. We be talking trash about Navy. No doubt, no doubt. Yeah. That beard's just it. They having to wake up, maintenance, upkeep. You know, when you want to go out and gotta, yeah, all that. I'm just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. But one of the pros to it is the fact that I don't have no issues with my like beard growth. So I know that like how my beard is now. If I go, my birthday in August. So if I go into August, my beard they'll be like way back full by August. So cool. And I just want to take some time off having to do all that maintenance and combing. I just get tired of it. I ain't gonna lie, hair everywhere. Got the big tooth comb and got the little tooth comb for the edges. And you know, I'm just like, gotta put your oil and got my little oil driplet thing. Little, I forget. Well, it's called a pipette, I think, when you working in like biology, but I don't know what this little thing. I don't want to say what I want to say because it's kind of like a pause moment. But yeah, I got tired of that. Honestly, every day, every night, conditioner, leave-in conditioner, all that. I'm just like, to heck with it. So honestly, it made my trips in the bathroom after getting out the shower and getting ready to go a whole lot smoother. Wake up, wash my face, brush my teeth. I'm good to go. Man, that's why. Yeah, it's easy to grow, but it's more harder to maintain. But I know everybody ain't got that same situation where they're able to have a full beard growing in like all the way in. So I'm just like, you know, I can do it. So I told my wife after I cut it, and she was like, "Oh, you cut your beard?" I'm like, "Yeah," and she didn't want me to cut it, but I did it anyway. She always said she didn't want me to cut it, but I did anyway. But the only reason I think I did it is because I'd had my beard had been when you saw whatever last video I posted or whatever live I had, if you if you saw that, I had been growing my beard since I know before I moved in my house. So that was back in 2020, 2021. And I had been growing that beard even since before then. I don't think I had cutting it off, but I had cut it off twice before that too. So uh, yeah, it'll grow back. So if I want the beard back, I'll just let it grow back in. But I like this look. Like I said, it's less to maintain. I think it looks more like more. It looks neater, cleaner, what have you. I like to go put my suits on and my shirt and tie and go out and stuff. So I always like the fact of I always liked having my beard and stuff well groomed and close to my face when I would be dressed up versus having like just a big old beard because I felt like it just kind of took away from my outfit because I dress pretty well when I put my suit on. I got some nice ties and colors and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, for sure. I ain't see nobody else in there. God, what is that? Oh, I don't know. I just seen this. It's a YSL. I don't know who wears this. I wear a lot of Saint Laurent. It's pretty much the main fragrance that I wear. Saint Laurent Intense, Pomade. Uh, there's a whole bunch of different ones, but yeah, Saint Laurent is what I wear the most. So if y'all see this bottle and you looking for a new fragrance, this is it. I just got it maybe about 2 weeks ago. It's fantastic. Hit a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there. Hit the wrist one time. Good to go. Now somebody go probably ask me, where you been? Where you going? I ain't going nowhere. I just like to smell good. It's funny. Speaking of smelling good, am I the only person that actually sprays on cologne before they go to bed? Because I got cologne that's for getting out of the shower and then spraying it on and going to bed. But it's not like for going to bed like it's a bedtime cologne. Like literally, like no, I just have a fragrance that I like to wear and I spray it on when I get out the shower. That might be the only person. I'm not sure if I'm the only person that does that every night, but it's a habit that I picked up from my own self. I started it one time and I never let go of it. But yeah, back to the lights, man. Like I say, this is why we're here. We got our lights. It's not more so a light comparison video or live. It's just pretty much me trying to get you guys' opinion and you guys' take on really good weapon lights. This is more cost efficient. This is your 125 to about 150, depending on where you go, because this is the TLR1 HL, which isn't like the newer model, but it's still a fantastic light. And then you have the X300 right here, which is around 320 to 350, depending on where you want to buy it from. And then we got a smaller light, which is what I keep on my EDC pistol, which is the TLR7. Nah, you can't ever go wrong with it. Never, never. This this is my favorite light. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't even go front. Like, yeah, the other lights are good. These are some good lights, but this the king right here. Crazy that both of these lights cost almost as much as this light cost. This light cost. That's crazy. That's crazy work right there. But it is worth its weight in gold if you get you a weapon like. Get you a Surefire X300. You're not gonna go wrong. And they make a new, they had a new line that came out of the Surefire when I was at SHOT Show that I saw, and it's more of like this smaller compact size light. I don't know the name or the model, but Surefire has it. If you're looking for something that's a little bit smaller in size than say this X300. 6, whew, money grip. Good morning, becoming dangerous. Yo, Nasty Nick, man, that's yeah, Nasty Nick, that's nasty work having 6 Surefires. I got 2. I got this X300 right here, and then I got my my Scout Light, which is on my 11.5 rifle upstairs. You get what you pay for. Sure, 300 never break. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like, I from what I've experienced and how often I've, operated these lights, how often I've had drops or pushed them into things or whatever the case may be, like these Surefires are built like tanks. That I gotta give it, and for that I could justify the price, and not only because I'm pretty sure they got that extra surplus tax price because of the fact that they got the contracts with so many different agencies and stuff like that, but nah, it's just worth it. This is worth it. This ain't, like you said, this ain't breaking. And I ain't never had no issue with no Surefire light I've ever had. But have I had issues with other ones? Like other brands? Absolutely. Tips for joining the military. Talk to somebody who's already been served. Talk to a recruiter. Figure out what it is that you want to do before you go do it. Don't just go in there and start asking them what's available. Study for your ASVAB, score as high as you can so that the world is yours when it comes to picking whatever rate or MOS or job or whatever the case may be, and live you some life before you go. I try to tell a lot of people that don't just shoot into the military just because you just got out of high school. Like, part of me feels that everybody getting out of school should have to go and mandatorily serve 2 years into the military. Like, if you're a well-fit male, you should have to go serve 2 years in the military. That's just my opinion. But one of my main tips for joining the military is live you some life before you go, because there's a lot of people who are like myself. We were young, we were like kids. I went into the Navy at 18, so I didn't really know about really paying bills. I didn't know about like 401ks. I didn't know about insurance. I didn't know about healthcare. I didn't know about none of that stuff. So when I got in there, I was oblivious to so much. And I had all of the resources as far as like the financial resources to do so much. But I kind of, like what they say, like you squandered it away because I didn't know any better. But I realized that people who I saw that came in that were older than me, I'm 18, so I'm seeing people that are like 28, 29, 35, already got families, already had careers and all that kind of stuff. They excel so high is because they had a different mindset. They were more mature. They went in knowing what it was that they wanted to do, and they also knew how to take advantage of the situation and all of the things that were afforded to them in order to take themselves to the next level. So I know it was a long tip, but there you go. Pause. The biggest thing is, yeah. Yeah. I think the lumens. I don't know. I mean, the candela. I think the candelas, for me, it'd be stuff like that. I just want to have that really big throw, so I don't have to have that direct beam to be so bright. Because sometimes I feel like it can, like with this Surefire right here. I feel like if it's like really pitch black somewhere, and say you're in the house and it's like the walls are a brighter color, like a white. once you put that light out, I feel like that middle beam that's inside there will blind the hell out of you. It like instantly blinds you. Like, yeah, you could still see, you know, it still has that flood or that you know, that range for you to see like that. But the white light that's in the beam of this is so intense. I'm talking about so intense in comparison to this TLR 1HL. It's not as bright. It got more of like a yellow glow to it in the middle, and then you still got your throw on the outside. Now that I like about this, but this light is more intense and is better able to serve you if you're like outside though. So like outside, there's Surefire for sure. But inside, I feel like it could be too much. Like you got too much dip on your chip when you got this inside. But this one inside is like it's perfect inside. Don't have a man, go with the let me see, I'm gonna scroll down, my bad. Biggest thing is luminous. I run Surefire. Do more RMAs on Surefire switches. I heard about the RMAs. I ain't really rocking. I never rocked with them. But yeah, man, Surefire go in all of the time. All of the time. Hey, Alice, that's funny, my God, that's funny. If you ain't got a light yet, get you one. I would say if you want to get something and you're afraid of whether what it is that you get isn't going to be your, I'm trying to see how I put this. Just go ahead and just get this Surefire X300. Just go ahead and get it. Like say your coins up and just go get it. Don't short yourself because you'll probably end up getting something that's cheaper or something that's off brand. Then you'll be upset because it might break. You have issues with the batteries and all. This thing even got its own style of batteries for it. Like, enough said, man. Enough said. Anything over 400 lumens for pistol home defense. Yeah, facts. Sure, gonna say country. Yeah, facts. I agree with that. So that's kind of like what I was saying with the whole like Surefire thing. Like indoors, this thing it's too much. It is too much. Like I know people might say, oh well, it can't be too much. Oh, it's too much. Especially if you're not in like a building setting, but you're more like in a home setting, like a house. Yeah, it'll be too much sometimes. I feel like it could kind of like disorient you when you see it. If you have to like really know how to. Sometimes you got to know how to use your light. Not only when to use your light, but actually how to use the light because you can become just as blind as the person that you're putting it on because of the bounce back of the thing, the material and the wall or whatever that it's coming off of. But if you're like, in a big warehouse industrial area or something like that, then I feel like, yeah, you won't have as much of a issue with that. Similar to like, the homie was saying about having like, your truck gun or whatever, you outside and you got something with like 1,000, 1,500 lumens or something like that. It's like, yeah, okay, you could light up the night sky and you could see way out in distance. Like this Surefire right here is you put this out at night. I'm pitch black. I'll do a video like an example and show y'all like pitch black. You probably see like 4 houses down from me and off into the street. And I'm not saying that you're gonna be able to see like stuff like I won't say clear. It's just the fact that you can still see the light is gonna still illuminate something. So if it's somebody there, you will still be able to see them. It might not be that they're just as bright as this light that I got shining in my face, but you will be like, there is a person like 50 yards down the street and I see them from this light at nighttime. Yeah, just get it. Just get it. Let's just give you a position away. I see the points. I mean, that's for you, homie. That's for you. Yeah, cop. I put it to you like this. If we speak about, we'll say, having a firearm in a self-defense situation and somebody say, well, if something happens, you have to call the police. So you have to wait for the police to get there. So if you have the means legally to take control of the situation and, prevent death, harm, danger, and, anything to yourself or somebody else, and then you do that because the police aren't going to be there until after they're called. But when the police show up on the scene, all of the tools that they go use, why wouldn't you want the same tools? So when you make, I feel like when you make the comment about saying how, it's more so like a police cop, unless you're a cop thing, I'm like, nah, that's just goes over to me saying, knowing when to use the light. Some people don't know when to use the light, so you'll give off your position. That's just that's just my opinion. Cause a cop, I mean, you really don't even have to have this. You can, let me see. You could have something like this right here, and then you go in this position like this, and this is your offhand. And if you want to cut it on, cut it off. If you want to put a strobe on it, you could do that. But you got control of the light. So if you get your position away, quote unquote, that's your fault. It ain't the light fault. That's like saying that you go shoot somebody because the gun is sitting on the floor. It's like, no, whoever picked the gun up and shoot him is gonna be the reason. So that whole like giving away your position thing, I feel like is bullshit. Or it's bull because it's only gonna give it away when you decide to put yourself in a position or a situation where when you're using it, you're giving yourself away because you gotta know how to take advantage of a situation. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I put this in your face right now, and I mean, I'm not even finna do it from the camera, but if I would have anybody in a room or something like that, and I instantly, anybody who know about these surefires, if I instantly flash that in your eyes, you are blind as a bat. So that whole, I'm just gonna shoot at the light shit, that's out of here. Because you ain't gonna be able to see nothing at all but white light in your face. So ain't no shooting at the light, quote unquote, if you just got hit in the face with it, because everything you see in your vicinity is all white now. It's almost like you about to go to heaven. It's simply to identify and blind your target right. Exactly. Exactly. Shoot us the SIG might. Yeah, the SIG will shoot itself in the holster. But yeah, becoming dangerous. That's exactly that. That's exactly what I was saying about that surefire. Man, you pop that somebody's face. It's a disorient. It's a disorient tool. It disorients people. I'll just leave it at that. It disorients you. So if I pop this in your eye, not like that, but I mean just like boop, you pretty much go be like, oh my God, you ain't gonna be able to see shit. It'll take you a second before you could gain your focus back. So yeah, if I'm using it, I can use it in a defensive way, or I can use it in an offensive way if I need to. But then also, like you said, I could use it because I just needed to illuminate an area, see what's going on, and I might not have to shoot nobody or do nothing to nobody. That's what I meant by the cop statement. That's okay. I guess I kind of get what you're saying. I think, but that's how police officers use it. Sometimes you might have some because I know some people that are police officers, and I got all right. So there's one person I would speak to, and that person is the put your light on, and we're clearing the room, clearing the house, whatever you, well, have you in and out hallways, whatever. They're keeping the light on because they'll say that this is how you own the room. So yeah, a person might say, well, you could just shoot at the light, but at the same time, if I have the light and I own the room and I'm going where I'm going, you have to put yourself in the light to begin with to somewhat engage me in the sense of like, you're trying to be like, nah, I ain't talking about somebody who just decide just hang their arm over the corner and start shooting. But if like somebody's like, I'm finna shoot them, whoever that is, you have to walk into the light. And then you have people who are, I just pop it on like that, boom, that's illuminated enough to see what I needed to have seen, and I can keep moving. I can pop it down at the bottom, still got me more illumination. If I clear a room, I might be from the door here coming forward to the door and I still don't have it on. And then I'll go in, and then now once I went in, it's like in a disorienting way because whoever might have been waiting to see anything, they instantly finna get a flashlight going straight into their face. So two different people told me two different things, how they like to use it. I guess whatever don't get you killed is the best way. I didn't realize I've been on here for like 45 minutes. I got a sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich waiting on me that my wife just made because she just got done doing her live. No, she had to do a session, tutoring session, but I think she made my sandwich for me, so I'm really hungry right now. I'm not gonna get it just yet, but as a matter of fact, I can't even text her because I'm on my phone. Hey, babe, did you make that sandwich already? Still waiting for her to give me something. Thoughts on Chick-fil-A sauce versus Polynesian sauce every time. Polynesian sauce every time. I haven't seen the joint where somebody had the sandwich and they ain't had the cheese on it, and they took the bread off it and poured the Polynesian sauce down into the bag and then put the chicken joint in there, folded it up, shook it up, and then put. I was like, my God, that's living. Like, I actually think I might want to go to Chick-fil-A later today now. Yeah, genius. Like I said, I ain't even did it yet, but I seen a few people do it, and when I saw it, I was, because I'm one of them people that I'm always like dipping the joint into the Polynesian sauce or like pouring it on or whatever. And when I saw that video, I was like, that's real smart. But I like the pepper jack cheese. I'm like, shit, pump it, the cheese, get the sauce. It don't matter. So next time I go, that's what I'm gonna do. Drop the joint in there, shake it. I'm probably give me like 4 Polynesian joints. It's gonna be a whole little pool down in there, just boom, 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 boom. Slap it on the bread, good to go. Carry a weapon light on my duty Glock 45. Carry a weapon light. Yeah, that's what's up. Like, I don't feel like I would have, like, I wouldn't feel any type of way if I didn't have a weapon light on my EDC pistol. That's just me. So my my carry gun is, yeah. Let me see what you say. I do care. Yeah, so I think because I've gone so long before I had gotten into like having weapon lights on my actual pistols that I'm a whole lot. I'm comfortable. What up? Oh, it's done. My dog. I'm finna come in there. Oh. All right. Yeah, so I'm comfortable without having a light. I feel like it just adds sometimes it adds an unnecessary thing to just like the weapon in general. But as far as like having, night sights with tritium in them or having a red dot, I'm more inclined to have that over having the light. But like you said, with your long guns and rifles and stuff like that, then yeah, I got a light on. I got a light on every rifle I have, as a matter of fact. Is this a deep convo? I mean, we talking about weapon lights right here. We got our TLR1 HL. We got Streamlight TLR1 HL. We got our Surefire X300 weapon light. And then we have our TLR7. So, yeah, if it's a deep conversation, if you're asking, yeah, it was deep because we're talking about weapon lights. Yeah, we talking about guns. Well, accessories, should I put it like that? Red dot for sure, absolutely. So when it comes to weapons, all right. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. That strobe is a thing. I ain't gonna lie. Cause let me see if I can hit. So yeah, when you pop that on, I feel like that's almost the equivalent of like a taser, but not hitting your body, but a taser to like your eyes, because now you can't focus on nothing. It's like them parties when they had the little flashing lights back in the day and everything like is moving in slow motion and all that. I feel like that's what you go get when you got that strobe going. I guess a strobe light party. G3A3. I'm trying to think what a G3A3 is. What is G3A3? Explain it. I appreciate it, man. 3 solid lights. I tell people, man, get them. This is not too expensive. The Streamlight TLR1 HL set you back maybe about close to $150, depending on if you're getting it used or not. You could probably get it used on eBay for probably like 110 bucks. Got the TLR7, more of a smaller, compact type of situation. Real EDC pistol, or something that's like a smaller EDC pistol, what have you. And you can probably get this one for about 120 online. You might be able to get it for 100 used, and then you got this big dog right here, which will set you back about 320 to about 350 bucks, but it's worth it. Oh, it's a strap of silly string. A silly string German rifle made. Oh man, that's what's up. I don't know nothing about. I don't know too much about German rifles. Only real foreign brand of rifle that I can see myself wanting to get my hands on would probably be a HK416. But I don't know too much about a lot of the German stuff. Well, the Steyr AUG, but I'm not sure if that's. I'm not sure if that's German or Austrian or whatever you call it. So, nah, you good, homie. You good. I know you just be talking, man. Hey, man, I enjoy the conversation for sure. What are you carrying for pistols? Oh, as far as pistols, I'm carrying my EDC is Glock 19 Gen 5 MOS. My backup to that would be the Glock 43X, and then the backup, if I had to go pick something else, would be the Glock 49 MOS. There you go, all chambered in 9mm, all with the light on them, all with the dot. Well, no, I take that back. I don't even have a dot on the 43X. Oh, I'm lying. I just put a dot on there. Yeah, we got a Sig Romeo dot on the 43X. We have the Hollow Sun HS507 on the Glock 19, and then on the Glock 49 we have the AmeriGlow red dot. AK but rifle. That's what's up. I ain't no AK fan, but if you say it's fun, and that's all that matters. Is having fun. Yeah, man, I had an AK. My first rifle was an AK-47. It was a Century Arms Wasser 10. Worst decision I ever made in my life. I wanted one so bad. Finally got one, and I was so mad. And I got rid of that thing within a few months after getting it. Like, I was like, this gotta go. Like, I don't want nothing to do with this. Like, let me wipe my hands with this. And ever since then, I never wanted an AK again. They put a bad stain in my memory of having one. Man, the Scar 16, Scar 17, 17L, that's probably like my favorite rifles of like all time. Like if I could get my hands on a rifle right now and I had like maybe $3,500 to spend, I'd get one of those. I ain't gonna lie to you. Probably that Scar 17, I'll be like, yeah, load it up. Let me get the ACOG for it. Let me get the bipod. Let me get it suppressed. Like I'm going all out with it. Let me get the Surefire, my Scout. Like I'm doing it all. Oh, Norinco. That's really throwback. That Norinco, that's real throwback. I like them though. Honestly, I thought they was pretty dope rifles. I know they older, like an old rifle or what have you, but pretty dope. I really like them. Berettas. Yeah, I got that's my nostalgia gun would be the Beretta M9A1. Since that was like the first pistol I ever shot. So, and then it was like the gun you used to see in all the movies back in the day, like Lethal Weapon, Die Hard. Like that was the staple gun. And then after the Berettas from that era of like them 90s, and then you start to move forward, then it's like, okay, now everybody in the action movies like running Glocks now. But before the Glocks, it was the Berettas in the 1911s, and then before the 1911s and Berettas, I think in movies you probably was back into like just wheel guns, a different type of Colts or whatever wheel gun people was rolling with back there. Yeah, the SKS, the Norinco SKS. Yeah, and did you have the one with the bayonet lug with the bayonet on it, or you just had the one that was just with? Well, you either had it with it or without it. 12 gauge shotgun, bro. I don't know nothing about no shotguns, honestly. I had a Benelli Nova and that Remington 870, and they were cool. But I mean, I'm just not a shotgun guy. So anybody in the comment section, let them know what kind of shotgun they should really look into when it comes to bird hunting, because I don't got no knowledge when it comes to that aspect of firearms in the shotgun platforms and that community. I got 3 of them. Yeah. Hold up, you got 3 what? You got 3 scars? Is that what you're saying you got 3 of? Or you talking about you got 3 of these surefire lights? I'm trying to get some clarity right here because we talking to rich people in here at this point. 69, best micro. Oh, you rich. You rich. I wish I could shoot the little confetti and all that in the air, so because I feel I'm blessed to know that I got rich people in the comment section right now. That's what's up. That's what's up. Guns or on your body? I don't know what you're trying to say there. But that HKCC9 is pretty dope though. I actually I'm trying to see what it was one HK model pistol that I seen I really liked. But as far as what you were talking about, the HKCC9, that's what's up. I'm gonna pick the 43X over it, but that's just my personal preference because I'm a Glock fanboy, so I'm gonna pretty much always pick a Glock over anything when it comes to handguns. Or it'll always be the closest run in comparison to no matter how good of a handgun somebody shows me. It's a Glock model that I feel like I could go pick up and show them that I feel like it's just as good. But I could be crazy. Who knows? Working on the scars. CS. My guy, you work in the right direction. Freedom and fire you. First one to welcome me. Hey man, I appreciate it, Brandon. Thank you so much. I'm glad that I was able to help you in any type of way, even if it was just being the face of somebody who was just talking on the screen. Like, I appreciate the words, man, for sure, for sure. And man, much salute to you for your service, man. It was a pleasure serving out here. Enjoyed every minute of it, and even the minutes I didn't enjoy, it was a part of the bigger picture because nobody bigger than the program. So yeah, for sure. 43 actions. Yeah, that's how long I had my 43X since, damn, maybe like 2021. I can't remember what year they came out, but I want to say it was in 2021 when I got mine. But they were fairly newer, within maybe a year or two, I think, when I got mine. But I'm the same way, like I had them fairly new, and the one I have is pretty much, I guess, the first generation ish of the, what they put out. Oh, ABF, aviation's fueling, aircraft carrier style. Need Glock 20. Is the 20? Is that the 10 millimeter? The Glock 20? Let me see. So I don't fit. Prior Marine Corps. Okay, that's what's up. Oh man, thank you for yours, man. Thank you, man. I applaud everybody who just served up under that banner, for sure. You okay? I thought it was a 10 millimeter. No, I don't do no sniping. I don't do no long range type of work, but my uncle trying to get me into it though. I forget what he calls. It's some matches that he be watching on online, and I think he actually shot in one of the matches, but they shoot out to like a mile distance, and he trying to get me into it. He actually want to do some on my platform to try to get himself started up with it. So I told him, whenever you want to get out there and shoot, I'll try it out. I mean, I have the capabilities of shooting out at, I feel like, distances up to, I don't know, maybe 1,000 yards or something like that. Who knows? I just don't shoot that far out. Like for me, I'm not even zeroing stuff for that far. Like I'm only zeroing for about 50 yard zero, 70, not like a 75 yard zero. I gauge in distance. I gauge my zero in reality to the environment that I'm in. So I know how far my hallways are from one end of my hallway to another end of my hallway. So I know where my holes would be. And then same goes for the distance when I'm outside of my house and I'm like in my lawn, on my block, down to the end of the street. I'm zero to, so I'm not too familiar with the super long stuff, but I could get the equipment to really get out there and do that though. We probably did. Who knows? Tomorrow's my exam. Let's see, M40. Nice stuff. The pet device for the ARs. Anybody know anything about any good like our laser selections or suggestions for anybody out here in the group? Because I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people who, they already have stuff like this. They already on the light game. They already got good lights or whatever. But now you're starting to go into the realm of, running suppressed, running knives and stuff like that. So, who know anything about the D-ball, PEX, all that when it comes to our lasers. Because I'm trying to find out myself too. Nah. I don't think you got to do math calculations before you shoot, but I think if you shoot enough, you just kind of know how to gauge the distance. And I say that gauge the distance, like if you walk to I feel like if you in your room and it's dark and the lights are off and you walk over to your door and hold your hand out for like the doorknob, I feel like you kind of got an idea about how far away your hand might be from the actual doorknob itself. And I think when it comes to that, like kind of like what you're saying with the calculation, I feel like if you shooting enough, you kind of got an idea about where your hold is going to be at, just because you shoot, you zeroed it in. Like if you there you go. You know what I mean? I'm trying to lose weight, but now I ain't lose weight. I told you it's probably just the beard, probably make it look like I got fatter. But I'm working on it though. The pick from L3 SMS laser. Yeah. That was one thing I didn't expect when I got into this. Once I started looking at our lasers, I was like, it costs how much for that? And I was like, bruh, because at first I had to get over the wildness of thinking that a suppressor wouldn't be as much as it was. And then I seen how much the suppressor was, and I'm like, bruh. Then when I found out how much the knives were and getting, PVS 14s or whatever, and I'm like, bruh. And then I found out how much our lasers is, and I'm like, bruh. And I'm like, you got to have all three. Well, you don't have to have all three, but I feel like if you got the suppressor, you good with just having that. But if you're trying to get into the knives, then it's like you kind of want to go ahead and get the IR laser, and now you just you just throwing money out the bag at that point. You just reaching in your pocket and you just like, here, take my money, because that's the only way you go get the setup right. Yeah, I think I think about that 8 grand mark. I mean, we know that you could get it for cheaper. Like I feel like if you were just trying to get like bump cap, um, counterbalancing joints, knives, whether you go monocular or you go both, um, I think you could get that set up for probably like 2 grand, maybe 2,200. It's just you gotta look around. But if you want the good shit though, you ain't trying to spare a dollar. Yeah, you'll get up to you'll get about 12 grand if you really want to go get with it. So yeah, you'd be surprised. You should be surprised. Yeah, you can get it for cheaper. That's for sure. That's for sure. It's crazy you say about all of the attachments, accessories being costing more than a gun. I remember having a man, what was it? Okay, so I had my Surefire Scout light on the rifle, on this particular rifle. I had my Surefire Scout light on there. I had the EOTech XPS3, and then I had the EOTech magnifier on there. That was about, if you add it up, that's all about it's like $1,400, and that's just a light, a red dot, and the magnifier, and you have $1,400 right there. You ain't even touched the gun, you ain't touched the bullet, you ain't touched nothing, and you just got 1,400 right here. That ain't, yeah, it gets expensive. Yeah, if you spend it, you want something that's usable. Expensive plus $200 tax stamp. Yep. Everybody's professional in here. XPS and G45, right? Yeah. Yep. It did, hefty penny. And who is that? The TLR7. We got you right here. Streamlight TLR7 with the little booty pads on the back. Better, I like it, but then at the same time, I want the little toggle switches, but not having them, I don't have to worry about my finger going into the trigger guard and like tapping them at all. So it's kind of like a pro to having it like this, but I would like the other option too. But yeah, here we go. TLR7, if this what your niche is, this is what you like, we got that. That's why I got a job, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, building your own stuff is that's a thing. I put it on my bucket list one year that I wanted to build a rifle. Um, and since then I probably built like 2 or 3. But once I did it once and put like an entire like lore together, I was just like, it's not as hard as I thought it was. But hey man, that's all my time for y'all today. I'm about 60 something minutes strong up in here. I appreciate y'all for tuning in with me for this hour. I'm about to get up out of here. If you get a chance, go check out some of the videos, some of the other shorts that we done put up more recently. Check out some of the posts if you want. Share this stuff with somebody. I'm pretty sure somebody will get a good laugh out of some of my my training, my crappy training that I'm doing on here. But I'm trying to work my skills. So, and I don't mind being transparent and put my pride to the side. So, you know, only showing people videos and then make it look like, oh, you just know what you're doing all the time. I'm like, nah, I'm still working, I'm learning. And then I don't got no professional teaching behind me, backing me. So that's one of the things that I'm trying to get into is going to take a course with a certified instructor, but not certified just because they got their name on paperwork, but people who actually know what it is that they're doing. So that's my next goal with it. But like I said, man, y'all get a chance. Oh man, no problem, no problem, man. You have a good one too, Brandon. Um, yeah, y'all get a chance, man. Like I said, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I appreciate the comments down in the section down here. Anything, man, like it, share with some people. Like I said, you'll probably get you some good laughs out of watching some of the shorts and the audios that's attached to them. What's that? Valor Ridge Train. Okay, I'll look them up. I'll look them up. All right, you too, man. Stay safe out there. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. I'm finna go in here and smash the sandwich that my wife made, and she made it a minute ago, so I'll probably go have to put it back in the microwave. But I'm about to go eat. And I'll holler at y'all later. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all stay blessed out here. Keep God first. And yeah, peace.